Yeah, that's a mood. Hi, guys. How are you? Hi. Welcome. Thank you for coming to the Q101 Lounge, a very special Saturday session. This never happens. I'm Lauren O'Neill from Q101, and we are lucky enough to have spent the last 2 decades with this band, one that never fails to deliver music that makes you think, that makes you dance, that makes you feel, and hopefully makes you aspire to do better, to be better. A band that will never follow any formula. They blend genres, defy gravity. They don't just push boundaries, they decimate them. And this latest album is the best example to date. Album number 10, Shish. Handmade music from contemporary feelings, loud, large, and brutally sweet, best consumed in community as family. Continuing the time-honored Portugal the Man tradition of experimenting with sounds, layering sonic textures, finding chaos in the calm and calm in the chaos, goosebump-inducing, mind-expanding, an acid trip for your ears, a kaleidoscope sonic homage to Alaska. Please welcome the Lords of Portland, Portugal the Man! John Gorley.
That is me.
Everybody, this is Liv, Zoe, and Danny here today. Welcome, y'all. Thank you for stopping by ahead of such an important show tonight. This album I am absolutely obsessed with. Thank you so much for Shish. Every time Portugal the Man drops an album, you know it's going to be special, and something feels so different and immediate with this one. I would have loved to be a fly on the wall during these sessions.
Yeah, just get weirder and weirder.
Yeah.
That's essentially what was happening the whole time.
So this album was written and recorded in your first home studio, is that true?
Yeah, we recorded it all in Portland, Oregon. There was just like, the band just kind of hit this moment where it was like, somebody suggested that I work with Kane Rashad, who is a drummer that I played with since he was 18 years old. He was like a little kid coming on tour with us. And there's such a funny story about Kane coming on tour with us the first time. So we had a drummer drop out like in the middle of tour. So Kane is suggested to us. Kane Rashad will jump out on tour with you. He's coming with us in 2 days. He's been to our shows before. He's like kind of this like prodigy young drummer. He makes all these notes on the plane. He's coming over. He's listening to the music intently, and he's got this red pen. He's writing down all his notes on his lyric sheets. He's got to learn like 40 songs as he's flying out. And he gets there and he shows up and he's like, "Oh my God, I'm super super prepared." Kane puts his notes down, and then immediately first song starts, and the red lights come on, and the notes disappear.
Oh no!
And you could tell that he had no notes, but he played through it. He was so confident. So that's who produced the record with me in Portland. It was suggested that I work with little brother Kane, coming in now as like peer Kane. Now he's like coming in as producer. So we just recorded all at home, and we just made the record that we wanted to make. And I just think honesty and it's the most important thing in music. So it was just me and Danny and Zoe and Kane and our buddy Nick Reinhardt, who plays in Bygones, Disheveled Cuss, Terra Melos, and Death Grips. Pretty wild guitarist. We just made the whole record there.
Well, yeah, when you say it takes a village, I mean, looking at all the contributors to this album, there's got to be 45 people. And very interesting production choices, very interesting song choices, and the sounds, some of the most unusual that I've heard to date. What is the most unusual item that a sound came from that ended up on this album?
I don't know. What do you think? I think it was Danny's like whoops in the in Angoon. There's some really amazing ad libs that happen that were like, is that a sound effect?
Yeah.
No, that's actually Danny.
Is it fake news that there's seagulls somewhere visiting Angoon? Is that you?
Yeah,
That's amazing. I was like, oh, I'm back on the beach all of a sudden. It's
I
incredible.
can make some weird sounds.
Hell yeah.
That's why they got me.
Good choice. So, just so you know, coming to the Q101 YouTube channel, John was gracious enough to join me for a first listen reaction video to Tanana. Tanana.
You nailed it the first time. Yeah, that's it.
And it's all downhill from there. That'll be coming, but a lot of really interesting insight on this album, which I just love so much. And one thing we did bring up is it feels like in an era of a band who has been doing this for so long, that's put out so much music, they might, I don't know, not put as much into their work. And it seems like you are working harder and being more creative and more introspective, and the music feels even more vital. I don't know if you feel that way, but it definitely feels that way listening to it. And I love that in this album, you're celebrating guitar solos. In almost every song, there's so much guitar and there's so much riffage. And I think, do we have Francis to thank for that?
Yes, very much so. The album is very much a like. We have a daughter named Frances, and she is just this really kind of like just emotionally explosive kid, and I just feel like I was sitting down to write this album, started writing these songs. They were all coming out. They were just very like structured, and it's just so not Francis. Like, that's not what kids are, and it's not the way I grew up either. So it was just really inspiring having somebody around who just kind of does whatever she wants at any given moment and says whatever she's feeling, and that is what we should all be doing. I think we should all kind of, I mean, within reason, of course.
Why'd you look at me?
For those who are unfamiliar, Frances is John and Zoe's daughter. She's amazing, and she is fighting a very, very rare neurodegenerative disease that just in the past few years you've kind of come out and shared and brought attention to this disease that not a lot of people had ever even heard of. And you're also raising money to help fund research because it just didn't exist. And just in the past few years, you've done so much. So I know there is a tie-in with the Denali tour that you're doing some meet and greets and some trips with the band, some memorabilia. So I would invite you to definitely look into francischangemylife.com. Also, all the band's social medias, which John's on Instagram, which is wild.
Yeah, you can find me there.
Yeah.
Where I'm at.
How did you get into wine?
Into wine?
Yeah,
well,
I saw
we
that.
live in Oregon, so
Yeah.
like there's a big like wine community in Oregon, Willamette Valley.
There, yeah, the AVP Wine Collective. There's a Portugal the Man wine that sounds delicious. It's a Syrah. So I need to get into that, just so you know. Can we get it in Chicago?
I think you might be able to get it shipped. I'm not sure.
Okay.
But yeah, we're really lucky. We have like a great community at home. We just collaborate with so many people.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's been super fun.
Yeah, it kind of comes out of your pores, you know? Collaboration, family, community. That's just what Portugal the Man is all about. Finally, you've been playing Our Great City since 2006. What is your favorite thing about Chicago?
Favorite? Malort. I'm good.
That's my dude!
Yeah. Can I get some more?
Yeah, it's in the studio, dude. All right.
Of course.
Well, I know you've got a big show tonight. Thank you so much for being gracious with your time with us today. Can we get you to play a couple songs?
Yes, we could do that. We'll play some new songs.
What would you like to start with?
I want to start with Denali. This song is named after a mountain in Alaska. How do we start? Do you kind of sing? Sure. Just go?
I'll follow you. 1, 2.
Flowers
sugar and Coca-Cola for the honeybees. 'Cause we take it just to feel the buzz it brings. With silos echo troubles from my life. It's you juggling controversies. Well, fruit is never gonna fall from plastic trees. I just wanna burn it down, be the stoic to my clown. Just a snowflake on my tongue, can't tell what's here left for dreams. Guatemala, no unity for ghosts in the sugar cane. Ha ha, no laughing, it's karma for your empathy. 'Cause you could never see, blinded by your softcore masculinity. We're leaving all the walls in the summer, the community. Yeah, you, master of reality. Always was, always will be, Denali. I just wanna burn it down, be the stoic to my clown. Follow the rolling crown, just one drop under your tongue, can't tell what's real left from dreams. Down the crimson street. Oh, no kings, no master rule team, my jumps all together team. How to find out? Catch a snowflake on my tongue, can't tell what's real left from dreams. How to find out just what's real left from dreams. How to find out? Catch a snowflake on my tongue, can't tell what's real left from dreams. How to find you? Catch a snowflake on my tongue, can't tell what's real left from dreams. Can't tell what's real left from dreams. Can't tell what's real left from dreams. All right, we're gonna play Connect next. Do I just go into this too? You can tell we've done this a lot. This record's just come out, so. Cares what's the use in crying? Nothing. Just sink in the mud, arms waving. It lift me off the sill flats in a bow tie. Sailor boy, stand under the light in my grandfather's dog tags. If you could be strong, you'd insert the knife. You'd be the king and I'll be your wife. Find some place to hide where the dream survives. Lonely wind, let me mine. Maybe we can pretend on standby, on standby. Stand on guard, keep on running, boy, you cry. On standby, on standby. Stand on guard, we see you coming, you're not crying. You're not crying, but you don't know. But you don't know why. What's the family's role when felony rules? The killer, the cop, the creep, or the fool? On tunes where we ride, with the dreams survive. I remain positive. We don't need more rules we can bend. You can tell me the point of today's nothing. I'll hold you to the golden boomerang returns. You can jump into the sandy wind. Me and my baby soaking it in. I'll stand by, I'll stand by. Stand on God, keep on running, boy, you cry. I'll stand by, I'll stand by. Stand on God, we see you coming, you'll not cry. You'll not cry, but you don't know why. You'll not cry, but you don't know why. Life forgives, but when it's gone, there it goes my happiness. Love don't forgive, but when it's gone, there it goes my happiness. You've been lonely long enough to know it hurts. Still sinking industrial society, and futures were your fantasy. Close your eyes, go to a place, a cabin in a room where you've been lonely long enough to know it hurts. You've been lonely long enough to know it hurts. You've been lonely long enough to know it hurts. You've been lonely long enough to know it hurts. And then we'll play Tanana. Maybe it's the world that walk on by. They trade your truth for a lie, and not for a lie. Little birdie told me nobody's born bad. And if you don't see the smoke, you won't see what's coming. Flowers till the petals are falling. I feel the sadness coming down. The pigs running in the zoo. Then they know it's spinning out. There's murder in the news. Things work like me and you. Me and you. Everything's well that's well in the end. So throw off your clothes of sex with a friend, and turn on the tap just to watch it running out. Let your mother's nation keeping up with the youth, standing on the right when nobody's wrong, where it moves like a serpent through fever, dreams of terminal lovers, looking out the window of fire going out. A light till the shadows are crawling. I feel the sadness coming down. The pigs running in the zoo. And I know it's spinning out. There's murder in the news. Things work like me and you. Me and you.
world spinning out. There's murder in the news. Things work like me and you. And friends are singing na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Oh, things work like me and you. Me and you.
Thank you.
The band is Portugal the Man. We are better because they are here. Thank you for everything that you guys do.
Thank you.
Thank you. I feel like you want to play more, but
Pittman Ralliers, let's go.
the boss is saying no. Yeah?
Zoe, take it away.
Zoe.
We have a hardcore song on the record that
Hell yeah, the number 2.
We have David Marion from Fear Before the March of Flames on that song. And they really, like, again, this album being about community, that was the band that out of Denver that, like, really showed us how to tour. Like, we couldn't get tours booked when we first started. Like, we didn't have a booking agent. We didn't have anything in place. So just us, Fear Before the March of Flames, Gatsby's American Dream, Vox, Bear vs. Shark. And these bands, we would just put together our own packages. We would just be like, there's 3 of us. They're going to tour together at all times. And it was always like a group. Like, we'd always be out together. We could play another one.
Oh, you could. That's very exciting. I mean, we got nowhere to be.
I kind of want to play So American.
Yes.
Because we haven't played it in a long time.
Yes.
Do you know how that goes? Liv is a ripper, so this is Liv Slingerland on guitar. She has been just absolutely crushing everything, so she's got it. Oh yeah, wow. See how ready? It's crazy, I didn't even expect that.
If pain was a color to paint on you, your heart would be the color blue. It'd be a gradient from there until your body met your hair. What you made of silver, you are the one that got Jesus Christ. Did it on a rock and roll. Just a mission and a gun to bury balls in Vietnam. And a heart that always told you there's a madness in the soul. There's a madness in the song. So who broke the rules? Who broke the rules? Who broke the rules? They said every one of you will never try to lend a hand when the policemen don't understand. The boys, all you boys, think it's so American. And girls, all you girls, say you're so American. He may not be born of this land, but he was born of this world. He was born of all the mothers and the colors of our brothers and the love that was taught to you by the one that got Jesus Christ. May not know no rock and roll, and there may not be a heaven or a place to which to send you, but you know in the end there's madness in the soul. There's a madness in the song. There's a madness in the song. There's a madness in the song. So who broke the rules? Who broke the rules? Who broke the rules? They say every one of you will never try to lend a hand when the so American. There's two eyes for every one of us, but somebody got there first and took them all. There's two eyes for every one of us, but somebody got there first and took them all. And took them all. There's two eyes for every one of us, but somebody got there first and took them all.
There you go. I feel like that wraps up the album nicely, too.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for having us.
So much. We'll see you tonight. FrancisChangedMyLife.com. Pass the Mic Foundation. When you get a minute and you're online not doing anything important, go do something.